Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Coach's Corner, brought to you by Grippin Stuff. Today we'll be discussing the importance of the draw. There were a few guests on the show already, legends and champions, and Mornay had one question for all of them. What do they feel is good advice for a player that'll like to reach that next level in their bowls? And all of them had one answer: master the draw. The draw shot is putting pressure on your opponents, populating the head, and getting yourself out of trouble. To play those big draw shots under pressure, you need to practice them and build confidence during your practice sessions. Because playing those shots while you game up is easy. You're preparing for the situations where you game down, where you want to avoid dropping a number by getting that crucial second shot, and when you want to play that big draw to win the game or a medal. As mentioned in some of my previous segments, a very good exercise to do when you want to practice your draw is your normal 20-20 exercise. Another exercise that I like to do is placing the cones around the jack. So you've got your jack in the middle, and then you place a half a meter in front. Again, it depends on what level you are at. If you want to place them a little bit further, you can. If you want to place them a little bit closer, make it a little bit more difficult for yourself, you can do that as well. So what I do is I place it within 30 centimeters, half a meter, in front of the jack, behind the jack, left and right side of the jack. So this is just basically a guide for me, and it's going to show me where I want to end up in that little area inside the block. So what you want to do is the cone in front is a bowl, and you want to get around it. A common mistake some of us make is we tend to change our line and our weight as soon as there's a bowl in line in front of the jack or just behind it, where in fact you just need to play your normal line and weight. This is a good exercise to practice those pressure shots and then to try and apply that during a game. This is just one example of how you can place the cones and the scenario you can set up for yourself. Something else you can do during practice is think back about certain situations in games where you had to play a pressure draw shot. You can set up the cones as you like. Place it at different places, different distances, and try and play that shot again. Here are some examples of drawing shots being played under pressure. Earlier this season, the PBA had an interview with Aaron Sheriff. They asked him how does he prepare for games? What does he do in practice? And he said since a young age, he tries to set up different scenarios. He tries to make the practice as difficult as possible so that he can practice those pressure shots. And it'll make it that much easier to play during a game. So something to remember, don't just go down to the club and put as many balls down as you can. Practice with a purpose. Set up scenarios and score yourself. Thank you very much for joining me today, and join us next time for Coach's Corner, brought to you by Grippin Stuff.